Hello people, this is Daniel Baumet again, Baruch 2:2, and just a quick brief note. You'll notice these are numbered, alright? So Baruch 1:1, the first number indicates the chapter that's based on, so chapter 1, right? But the second number is not a verse. A lot of people have asked me. It is simply a number in contingent, so that if I do another video on Baruch 1:1 or on chapter 1, it'll say 1:2. If there's third, 1:3, so on. So it's just a number sequence to make things a bit easier. So if you want to, let's say I do 4 or 5 videos on chapter 1, you may want to just focus on that for a study, for a personal study, or you may just decide to, come back after you do the whole review, like 1 through whatever number, right, of chapters are in Baruch. There are 5 chapters in the book of Baruch. Okay, just a little clarification. Now today's topic is Baruch 1:2, and it is basically looking at what the curse of the law is, and because he refers to it in the law of Moses, and he talks about how everything that Moses had said, what was written therein, has come down to them. So if you look at the book, hang on here, let me bring up my notes. Just look at you, yes, messing everything up. Way to go, Daniel. My key cord hasn't. Here we go. Sorry about this. So if you look at, first of all, let's turn to Galatians 3:10, and you read 3:10, which simply says that for as many that are of the works of the law are under the curse, for it is written, cursed is everyone who continues not in all the things which are written in the book of the law to do them. But no man is justified by the law in the sight of God. It is evident, for the just shall live by faith, and the law is not of faith, but the man that does them shall live in them. Christ has redeemed us from the curse of the law, being made a curse, for it is written, cursed is everyone that hangs upon a tree. And a lot of Christians have used this because it's referring to a curse that came to do away with the law, and that's not at all what this chapter says, because you take a look, it says, for it is written, right? Cursed is everyone that continues not in the things, all right? Cursed is everyone. It doesn't say cursed is the Jew, cursed is the Muslim, cursed is the Danite, whatever tribe. It just simply says everyone who doesn't do them is under curse. What is that curse? Well, if you turn to Deuteronomy chapter 4, verses 39 through 40, it says, know therefore the day and consider that in your heart, says Adonai Elohim, in heaven above and upon the earth beneath, there is none else other than God. You shall keep therefore his law, his statutes, and his commandments, which I command you this day, that it will go well with you and to your children, and after that you may prolong the days upon the earth, which the Lord has given you forever. Now, how about that? When you read this verse, suddenly you realize that there is a blessing in keeping the law. Everybody keeps about the curse, but they don't really go into the curse. The curse is that death. Okay, and God doesn't change anything. He simply says here, blessed is everyone who keeps the law, and cursed is every man that breaks the law. You will suffer death. So if you want to live long and prosper, as Spock would say, you keep the law. Now, in keeping the law, I don't do it to be saved. This is what Galatians is talking about. If I'm living a moral life, just simply because I think I'm going to get a jail-free card, I haven't got the concept. But if I am living a life according to the Messiah and following in his steps, I have no other alternatives, unobjectively, without trying, will keep the law. Simple. Because I follow the Messiah and his principles and his teachings, I won't want to commit adultery. I won't want to sin. I won't want to. And it's all free choice. It's not a matter of I have to do it this way. I don't put my tallit on from left to right. I don't put a kippah on just to look Jewish. I don't change my name from Daniel to Danani. I don't go around going like Baruch, Baruch, and sound like an idiot trying to sound all Jewish because I happen to be Messianic. I don't do that. Why? Because it's not a matter show, and it's not a matter tell. It's simply living a life according to the Messiah's concept and his precept. Excuse the bad camera here. I really need a camera person. Pray, people, that I get a good camera person that can follow me. I also got to upload figure a way to get onto my tablet the drivers from my portable camera, so I'm outside. I like to try a few videos like that. So the curse of the law is death. I don't have to die. At the end once I was dead, I was always dead. But now there's a hope for humanity that when I die, it is no more than a sleep, because I rest in the promise of the Messiah will raise me up in that day. Faith is a matter of living, and it's not by grace. It's by faith. We look at the Bible and it says works without faith is still failure. And it also says faith without works is also failure. So you need a combination of both. And yet churches today preach that we don't need the works. We don't have to live the life. And yet the Bible is very clear that you can't separate one from the other. When you boil down to it and you really get a pastor honest, he'll tell you, no, we believe that you shouldn't commit adultery. Well, that's keeping the law. And we also believe that you shouldn't lie. That's keeping the law. So what portion of the law is it that they have a problem with? It's simply meeting on a Shabbat, whether Saturday is the Sabbath or Sunday is the day they choose to fellowship. And I would be quite frank with you, God's day is Shabbat. Your day is wherever you want. Some of us can worship on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And I've heard that. Doesn't matter what day it is. We can worship. That's fine. And we can pray Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday at any time. There's no set time or principle. I can stand up. I can sit down. I can fall flat on my face. I can lay on my back. I can run naked in the woods. If you dodge the mosquitoes, that's fine. Anyway that I seem to fit, I can pray. It doesn't really, there's no standard in the Bible as to how to pray. The only standard to prayer is set by the Messiah, which just simply says you need, like a letter, address it, our Father, who is in heaven. You need an address. Holy is your name. You need an assumption. Dear Sam, dear Frank, dear Peter, your kingdom come. You got to give Daddy a butter sandwich. Your will be done. And it's interesting that everybody misquotes and says on earth. I point out to people that so long as we're in this precedence and this life, his will not be done on earth. The only way that his will be done on this earth is to have his will done inside this earth. It says in earth, not on earth, as it is in heaven. Provide for us our food, and forgive us our problems, our issues, our mistakes, as we forgive others. And when forgiveness, you've got to give forgiveness, so that you can reap. For what seed you sow in today will be reaped in the harvest. A lot of people want to be forgiven, but they aren't so quick to forgive. One of the precedences in debate has always been the idea of atonement and restoration. Even as the Sanhedrin ruler, even as the Baumet did, I have become notorious for including things like restorative justice and as well as atonement. Sometimes saying I'm sorry isn't enough for the community. Sometimes the sin is greater and the pain is more severe. And so we have to find what is an appeasement to the community as well. And it shows your continued submission to the community. It is then the community's submission to you, because the Bible tells us to submit one to another, to establish and help you fulfill the restorative return. And if atonement is required, then help you fulfill that. Bringing you back into community should be a priority one. In a lot of Christian churches that I've gone to, putting you out is number one. Bringing you back in, you're not welcome here. Something to think about as we continue our studies in Baruch. Until next time, this is Dan Baumet, saying shalom.